We're on air.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Mayo Media Network. This is the boxing edition. Usually I have my co-host Dan Tom with me doing the MMA breakdowns, but today we have a special guest. We have the OG, the other half of MadLab MMA. We got my business partner and my best friend of over 25 years. Anthony Bashilio is in the building. Anthony, what's going on, brother?
What's up, bro? Is DT not a big boxing guy? Is he just MMA?
No, he's just MMA. Yeah, he's more of an MMA. I mean, he likes boxing. He likes boxing, but he's definitely more MMA. And this just is fitting, dude. I mean, this is how we met. Me and Anthony met around 25 years ago through boxing.
Yep.
So this is really our wheelhouse, you know what I mean, when it comes to boxing. So I figured who to, am I going to bring you on, of course, and talk
Yeah, I
about
met
this.
Mike because he used to bang my wife's best friend back 25 years ago.
That's
And
how we met, dude.
and we met at my wife's house because Nicole wants you to. I shouldn't have said her name. Shit. She wants you to meet her new boyfriend, and then we met and we just started talking boxing right away, and then we just talked boxing all night. They're like, "What the fuck?" And next thing you know, we're down in AC. We're going to fucking
Yeah.
Mayweather fight, Gotti fights. We went to a bunch of Gotti fights. We were there when we actually thought that Gotti had a chance against Mayweather, and then he knocked him out with the body shot in like the first or second round. And then we've been to tons of fights. I mean, we went to the Barclays Center a couple times. We saw that Thurman Garcia fight. Remember that fight? We went to.
Remember Seton Hall? Remember Seton Hall when they said that we used to get the tables for ESPN?
Yeah,
was it Friday night fights? Friday night fights.
Yeah, we used to go to local boxing fights, and we had like VIP tables in the front. That was so much fun because you sit ringside and see all the up and comers, brand new boxers debuting or 1-0, 2-0. We went to Triple G and Sergio Martinez at the Garden.
We went to see actually here in Long Beach, dude. We went to see Callum Walsh.
We saw Callum Walsh recently, a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
and then we went to a bunch of Cotto fights at the Garden because every year he used to go on
Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Puerto Rican Day weekend when they had the parade, and that was Cotto always fought that weekend, so we saw that. And I've been to Vegas for fights, so yeah, big boxing fans. Even though what we're going to be covering here is like not traditional boxing with these fucking MMA guys who are just trying to make a buck, but I'm actually for the first time actually excited for a Jake Paul fight for once. Not that I haven't watched them all because I'm a jerk off like everybody else, and we all watch him. We make fun of the guy, and we make fun of him, but we all fucking watch. He's like the new modern day Mayweather, where you watch to hope he loses. That was like Mayweather. Like almost everybody watched Mayweather to hope he lost, but you would always watch and buy the pay-per-view. This is before you could stream illegally. Back then, you had to fucking buy the pay-per-view. There wasn't any of these streaming platforms to stream illegally. And here we are again with another Jake Paul fight. So, but we're going to start first with Woodley and Silva. These fucking guys, they don't stop though.
Yeah, but listen, to the defense.
But Mike, let me ask you a question: How much do they get? How much are these guys getting paid? You think like a Woodley and Silva on these undercards?
They're getting a good share. They're getting a good share. They wouldn't be doing it if they weren't, bro.
This is about
for them. This is about money, dude. This is for them. Woodley, 43 years old, Anderson Silva, 50 years old. This is about money. They don't give a shit about legacy. What this says, there's no legacy involved here. This is money. And Jake Paul,
we're talking money. When we're talking money with these guys, we're talking 100, 200 grand with these guys on the undercard. These guys ain't getting paid. I'm going to guess around 100, 200, which is still great money for them.
No, they're getting paid more than that, dude. This is on Netflix. This is Netflix. This is like, there's a whole different format. They're definitely getting paid. They're not coming back for $100,000, dude. They're getting paid more than that. They're getting paid a decent amount of money, but this to them. Yeah. To them, this is, a builder. And believe it or not, Jake Paul is a nice guy when it comes to taking care of fighters and trying to do things, and that's kind of his whole MOs and his whole shtick. So I'm sure I don't know the exact numbers, but they're definitely getting more than 100,000.
I'm going to look it up afterwards. I'd like to know.
Yeah,
but I will give credit to Paul for really bringing the women in and trying to really showcase the women's aspect of boxing. Now, I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, so with this fight, we'll jump into this one. We're not going to cover this one too quick. You got Tyron Woodley, plus 210, Anderson Silva, minus 275. you know, right out of the gate, when you look at this fight, I'm not going to be serious when I break down this fucking fight, guys. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to get really serious into this, some of the Baumgardner shit and other stuff. But, you know, with this fight, you're looking at a 50-year-old against a 43-year-old. But at the end of the day, you're looking at a 50-year-old that's a fluid boxer. The guy actually can move. The guy can use good footwork. He's got good lateral movement. Yeah, he's 50 years old. And sure, he's weathered and worn. And Woodley has the power and the pop to knock him out. But to be honest, I think Woodley's only shot in this fight is a puncher's chance. Like, we always talk about that philosophy, a puncher's chance. I think that's Woodley's like really only shot here. I mean, this is a guy who has been heavily inactive in MMA. If you guys watched him in MMA, I don't know how far you guys go back, but you see how inactive he was with his striking. I mean, this guy would throw 3 punches around, you know, so you don't even know if this guy can throw 30, 40, 50, 60 punches in a whole round without that lactic acid getting up and, you know, getting tired because he's so, you know, muscle bound. Where someone like Anderson Silva's got a smoother body. He's used to, you know, throwing volume and stuff like that. Yeah, he's 7 years older, but at the end of the day, he knows the rhymes and the rhythm of the cage. So for me, I'll go with the old guy here. I wouldn't lay any juice on this, if I'm being honest, but I will take Silva. There might be some props you could look for just for fun, the overs or going to the distance, or if there's good plus money on Woodley by knockout and you wanted to grab it, you think he's got, you know, he's going to catch him on the chin or something like that. But these guys are legitimately fighting. This isn't going to be a situation where we got to be curious about Jake Paul. And like, these guys are going in, they're going to give it their all, even though they're older and over the hill. It could be entertaining, it could be boring as shit, but I'll go with the older guy here. What about you, Bush?
You know, Woodley only fought twice in boxing, right? He fought Jake Paul twice. The first was a split decision, and it wasn't a lot of activity in that fight. That fight fucking sucked. Then he fought him again. He got knocked out cold, just totally fucking embarrassed with that knockout. And then, you know, Silva, when Silva fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., who's a bum, I know that, but at least he's a fucking boxer. He looked great. He looked great. I watched that fight. I'm like, dude, this fucking guy's got hands. I'm like, I didn't, you know, and I think he was 47 or 46 when he fought him. Maybe 45. I could be wrong, but you know, it was 4 years ago, whatever it was, when he fought Chavez, and he actually looked really good, dude. He fucking put it on him. Like, I was shocked to see that. But then Silva fought Jake Paul, and it looked like he aged 15 fucking years from the Chavez fight to the Paul fight. You know, and he got, and it makes me think there was something weird with that Jake Paul fight when he fought Paul, because like he didn't look not nearly the same as when he fought Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I don't know, man. I always think there's something weird going on with the Paul fight. I just heard another thing about how with the Tyson fight that no uppercuts were allowed. I don't know what to believe and what's fake news. Who the fuck knows what these guys negotiate behind the closed doors with money? And you know, you can't say a word if you do. You know, you got to give back half. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. But you know, and Woodley, like you said, man, I mean, if you guys watched UFC and watched Woodley, he was a dominant champ for a little while, but all he did was takedown, takedown. Never had good striking, and it didn't translate to boxing either. And I'm not buying the knockout power. Like, he can knock out Silva, like you just said, Mike. I don't think I wouldn't even go near that prop either. And I'm going to go with the old man by decision, just because he's going to be more active, I believe, than Tyron Woodley.
Yeah, Dayton, what do you got, brother?
Okay, well, I don't see either guy being too active in this fight, really. You look at the 50-year-old, and to me, the 50-year-old is probably going to be the more active of the two. I look back to the last time Silva fought Jake Paul, actually, in that fight, he wasn't really throwing too many punches. Like, there was times where he was backing away where he probably could have thrown a punch, and I think his awareness at this age might play a factor, although Woodley he's also getting up there in age, so he's not going to be too much of a threat. I really think this fight is just going to be a snooze fest, if you will.
Yeah, I agree with you. Dayton, did you watch the Silva Julio Cesar Chavez fight from 4 or 5 years ago?
I did not.
Julio Cesar Chavez is a fucking crackhead, bro. He belongs on Figueroa Street.
I understand that, but just the activity that Silva put on in that, he was throwing. He threw tons of combination and punches in that
because
fight.
he knew there was nothing coming. He knew there was nothing coming back, dude.
To the point where I was like, wow, I was like, wow, he's actually a decent boxer. I was actually impressed with his performance. I have not been impressed at all with Woodley's 2 performances against Paul.
No, he's
not even a little bit. you know. And then when he got knocked out by Paul, man, that was just a rock bottom of his career right there, man. I mean,
I
he's
tell
just
you,
trying to make a buck. But yeah, I'm with Dayton too on this. I'm going to go with the old man
yeah,
here and just decision
no
win,
bet.
no bet,
No
no
bet here,
knockout.
guys. I wouldn't go near this. I mean, listen, if you guys are with your friends and you're having fun and you're just, but if this is something that's like affecting your bankroll, do not go near this fight. I mean, this is a 43-year-old guy, a 50-year-old guy. These guys,
Yeah,
like, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes about what boxing really is, how people just don't understand the game of boxing. I'd say 90% of people don't understand the real game of boxing. These guys aren't boxers. Like, these guys are, this is pretty much like an educated bar fight. It's basically what it is. It's an educated bar fight. It's two guys that know how to throw a little bit of hands, but they don't know the science of boxing. So stay away from this fight. But if you want to have fun with your friends, and I'll take Woodley, that's fine. But just as far as a serious bankroll management fight, just completely stay away from it. All right.
is this a 6 rounder or an 8 rounder, Mike?
Yeah, it's basically like it's not a major you know what I mean? They're not, this is honestly to draw some MMA fans in. Draw some
Yeah,
an extra landscape in, you know what I mean? All right, next fight. This is the real deal. This is a real deal fight, and this is where Jake Paul actually does good for boxing, because without Jake Paul, some of these people would not get their shine. You have Alycia Baumgardner, minus 1,400 against Leila Beaudoin, who is actually a Canadian, French Canadian, so she's representing Canada. You know, when you look at Baumgardner, this is a girl who is very, very talented. 18-1, 7 KOs, highly touted for multitude of reasons, right? Multitude of reasons. I mean, WBC, IBO, featherweight champion, WBO, IBF, the ring super featherweight champion since 2022. The one blip on the radar that she does have is that she got popped for prima balling in 2023, which right now, excuse me, is unconclusive because they have to still go through all the B samples and stuff like that. But she did pop for prima balling. Those are,
she
you
got
know,
popped for primo.
yeah, she got popped for prima balling. Yeah.
Had a girl.
Yeah. So, like, see, he just said, like, she popped for prima balling. Like, that's something that just doesn't show up in a supplement. That's
I
something that
never
was
hear
expected.
I never hear women getting popped for fucking primo.
Yeah, she got popped for prima balling, dude. And that
Wow, I
shows
didn't
how
even know women
uneducated.
take primo.
Yeah, well, yeah, they take it because, listen, prima balling, those of you that don't know, it's an anabolic steroid, but it's a very, very light anabolic. So, like, there's anabolic steroids that females do take that are lighter. You have Anavar, it's a light steroid. Got prima
That's what
balling,
I
it's a light
always heard:
steroid.
girls taking Anavar and low doses of testosterone. But I never heard of females taking primobalin.
Yeah, they take prima balling because it's in and out of your system.
Wow.
Anybody who takes prima balling, you have to take it every other day, every third day, because it's got a very short half-life. So with her, she was probably taking it, and then, you know, they found small trace amounts in her system. What's going to come of it, I don't know. But her A sample did test positive for it. So that's the one blip on her radar. Very fast, very marketable. She's attractive. She's a businesswoman. She's well-spoken. She's got this big feud with Clarissa Shields, even though they're two weight divisions. They're always jawing at each other. Eventually, maybe one day they'll have a catch weight fight. Which will be interesting. But Alycia Baumgardner, slowly outside of that blip in the radar, is working her way up to be almost like a Layla Ali type. Attractive, marketable, well-spoken. And she's a good fighter. She's a very good fighter. She's taking on Leila Beaudoin, who, you know, I have a lot of respect for. She reminds me of a Mickey Ward type Bush. You know, very head down, moves forward. She's not afraid to enter the fray. Throws big hands, big shots. She works behind a really, really good jab. And she's very, very downhill. She doesn't take many back steps. And that's the way you beat someone like Alycia Baumgardner. You you got to kind of get in her face. You got to get in her grill, and you got to take that reach advantage, because she's going to have a significant reach advantage. She's going to have about a 6-inch reach advantage, 5-inch reach advantage on her. So you got to be either all the way in, or you got to be all the way out. And she's got to be, most of the time, all the way in. She got to be on the inside, letting her hands go, landed some shots. None of these girls got really, really big power. Alycia Baumgardner does at times. Leila Beaudoin does when she's inside, but nothing game-changing. Most of it's from volume. Tough, though, man. Leila Beaudoin should not be a plus 750 in this fight, my opinion. I think the marketing I think the glitz and the glam of Alycia Baumgardner, the non-talkability of Leila Beaudoin, who is just, I don't talk, I just fight. I don't talk, I just fight. They had a face-off. They were jawing at each other. She sat back. She let Baumgardner jaw her. She didn't say nothing. So people are flooding that way. But this is a girl who can cause her problems. Like on paper and on film, if you look at this fight, she's not going to go quietly into the night. She's not going to just buckle and move on. This girl will be in her face. She will know she's in a fight. Baumgardner will know she's in a fight. Is it enough for me to pull the trigger on a plus 750? No. I think Baumgardner does win the fight. But I do think Leila Beaudoin is getting a little disrespected here. And even though it's a 12-round fight, I think this does have the potential to go to the cards. A lot of people are thinking Alycia Baumgardner is going to knock her out. Possible, plausible, maybe 9th round and beyond. But I think there's something to be said about the toughness of the Canadian and Beaudoin that can at least last. And this fight goes to the cards, and you'll be able to chop the legs out of a minus 1400 really hard if you find a decent decision prop. So that's my thoughts on it. Bush, what do you got?
Mike, that cough, bro.
Oh, it's terrible.
You got to
It's 2
stop
weeks,
with
guys.
it's all those tube steaks, man. You got to stop.
I know, dude. Taking them fucking pearls.
Yeah, look, I
Bro,
didn't know
those
a lot
fucking things
about.
don't work. Those little fucking those pearls. They gave to me during COVID. Those little they look like vitamin E tablets. Bro, take these. Fuck out of here, bro. I take them. I cough more.
Every time you keep saying I'm taking the pearls, I think you're putting something up your asshole.
Real funny. Yo, you want to hear something funny about that? Yo, Dayton, listen to this real quick. Then we'll get over to that. So, my neighbor comes home the other day. We're fucking in the driveway, the parking garage. So he asked me, he's like, "You watching the fights this weekend?" This and that. I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What do you think?" So I'm like, I said, "Listen, I'm going to go over what we go over." I told him, and I'm sitting there 5 minutes talking to him. And little do I know, bro, like I pick up my head because he was holding something. Dude, he was holding like a fucking, bro, like it was like this big, bro. It had about 100 enemas in it.
Enemas?
Yeah, bro.
What was he doing with it?
I don't know, bro.
You didn't
I don't
ask
know.
him? You
What am I
didn't
gonna say?
nothing?
No, I didn't. I realized it when we left the elevator. I was like, I wonder if his girlfriend like sticks enemas up his
What are
ass
you
or
gonna
something.
say? I would have said something like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing with all
Yeah,
those?"
because he's like, I had to go. He said he had to go out for his girlfriend. He's like, I had to go out for her. He's like, I'm going home. I'm going upstairs. And I was like, all right. And then I'm looking. I'm like, bro, is that fucking enemas? He had like a fucking case of enemas, dude.
Yeah, she likes it up the ass. That's why.
Yeah, either that or he does, and she was, But, all right, what do you got on this one, Butch?
I didn't know much about either of these girls until you told me we were going to cover this. So I did a little research, and you're right what you're saying about Baumgardner. I mean, I watched some videos. She's got like the marketing, the look. She got the mouth. I could see her getting pushed along here. And like you said, she's held the title since 2022. I looked at this girl Bordeaux too, and yeah, you're right. Like a good comparison with that Mickey Ward comparison, just a tough, gritty, ain't gonna go away easy kind of. And look, she's a minus 1400 favorite. That's insane as it is. I don't think anybody should ever be a minus 1400 favorite. So I can't go against her. I'm going to pick her by decision. But I tell you, I might just throw a stab on Bordeaux, just because that line is just ridiculous. So I'm picking Baumgardner to win, but I might just throw a half a unit on Bordeaux. Just fuck it. I mean,
Well, I'll tell you this.
750. That's she's got a chance. She's not like I watched
No,
her
she
fight.
does.
Yeah, she's not like she's a fucking nobody, dude. She can fight. You know what I mean? She's tough too. So I don't see her even getting put away. So just for those reasons alone, I'm going to put a stab on her. But I do think that Baumgartner is going to win the fight.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you what you can do if you guys are looking at Anthony's angle on this, and like you think like it's plus 750. Don't take the plus 750. If you're gonna actually put a small stab on her, you probably want to take her by decision, which
probably like plus 1200 or something.
Yeah, it'll raise the odds. Or if you want to go even farther, you could take like if you really think it's going to be a close fight, which like I said, I'm not saying it's going to be. I think this girl can be competitive, but you got to remember there are judges involved. There is promotions involved that want to push. So the judges might, give a couple rounds to somebody, even though it could be a super close fight. But you could be looking at something like a split decision. So it doesn't matter who wins. You could dump a little money on the split, dump a little money on Bordeaux by decision. I'm picking Baumgardner to win the fight. But if this girl Bordeaux comes in like I've seen her on film, she's not going to go quietly into the night. Like, she's going to be in her face, which if judges look at that, they look at, well, who's the more effective fighter? Who's controlling, dictating the terms? Who's got the ring generalship? And if she's the one kind of running downhill on Baumgardner, and Baumgardner's like trying to keep her away from her with the jab, those optics in all fair can look a little different. So I don't like the odds, but I'm going to pick Baumgardner by decision.
Yeah, and then also all these women boxing fights, especially the Taylor Serrano fights, like these scorecards have come out really fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
They're just, it's just not what you think every time. So, if it goes to a decision, you don't know what these fucking judges are looking at. So, I like it. I even putting a quarter unit on the split decision prop. It's probably plus 2,500 or something. So just to have a little fun with it and not get too silly,
Yeah. Dayton, what about you? Do you got anything for this or what?
No, I don't have too much for this one.
Okay.
They are just pretty good looking. That's all I have to say. Why can't we get some girls like this on the Dogger Pass cards?
Are you aware? Because you're over there? Are you aware of Leila Bordeaux? Is she even a name over there? Like, do people talk about her at all or no?
No. Like,
No.
this is the first time
I'm sure they don't really talk about female boxing, really, right?
Not really. No.
Yeah.
I will say, got a question for you. Have you heard of Ryan Rozicki?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, he's one of the best boxers. He's from Cape Breton, up 6 hours from me.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but he's a male.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You guys probably don't like the same thing with US though. Like, how how many people, Alycia Baumgardner, how many people have no idea who she is? You know what I mean? And she's elite. Like, she's considered elite. Clarissa Shields, they know because, she's been around for a while, but a lot of people don't know who Alycia Baumgardner is. So it's the same thing in America, but in Canada, this is kind of a Rocky story for this girl. She's getting a shot. She's a good fighter. I'm not saying she's like an unknown, but in Canada, she's a very, very good prospect. I like her, man. She reminds me, she's got like that Christy Martin style, dude. She's just constantly that's another comparison, that Christy Martin. She's like constantly in your face, dude. So she wins this fight, which is a big if. You'll be hearing a lot of her in your neck of the woods. That I'll tell you.
Hey, Mike, before we go to the main fight, who was that that French Canadian boxing champ? The guy, I think it was a middleweight, probably about 10 years ago. What the fuck was his name? I don't know if Dayton remembers who it was. He was like one of the more famous French Canadian champs. He held the belt for a little while. What the fuck was his name?
What
I'm gonna think about it
weight
by the end of
class?
it. Maybe welterweight, maybe middleweight. I don't know. Fuck.
There's so many
It was
belts.
just
I
in
would
my
have to
head.
look.
Yeah, I'll look it up afterwards.
Wait,
So yeah,
you're not talking about oh fuck, dude. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh shit, dude. He does commentary now. He does some commentary now. Oh god, I forget his fucking name now, bro. God damn it. I'll think of it. It's gonna pop in my head.
You can look it up, Jaden, while we're doing it. Yeah. All right, let's go to the main event.
All right, so this is what everybody's here for. First, we got a lot to say about this, a lot to unpack, a lot of opinions on all parts of the panel. I'm going to start off. I want to do this properly. I don't want to be all over the place for this fight. I want to do this in like, I want to have parliamentary procedure with this. So first, I want to start off. I have some parliamentary procedure, dude. You know where I got that from, right?
Where is that from?
I got that from what is it called? Eubanks.
Eubanks.
That's what he said to Nigel Benn when they were in a press conference. They were arguing. He's like, "Let's have some parliamentary procedure here."
Mike, was it Jean Pascal?
Yes, Jean Pascal.
Yeah,
that's the guy. Yeah. Wow, I haven't heard his name in a long time.
Yeah, he was good.
Jean Pascal. That's right. Good
okay,
job,
so with this fight, let's just start off with this. On a percentage scale, how afraid are both of you guys that this is fixed?
I don't think it's fixed.
Oh, you got to give me a percentage.
99% it's not.
Okay, Dayton.
I really want to say it's not, and it's got a professional it's a professional fight. So I don't know. It can't be, but there's also that little sliver of like 5% in me that says like you never know. It could be.
I mean,
Okay,
look.
now,
Hold on, Mike.
hold on.
Hold on.
Let me hold on. Now, what is the percentage of it being not fixed with stipulations? That changes the
Not
game.
fixed with stipulations. I don't think a boxer like Joshua, who was a champ, who still has big fights ahead of him, who still could fight Tyson Fury next year and make $100 million. It's not like this guy is Tyson, he's 60 years old, or Holyfield, or all these guys that want to make their last buck that they can. Joshua is still an active heavyweight boxer, Olympic gold medalist, had the belt. Sure, shouldn't maybe dusted, but he's still in the middle of his career. So I don't think that this particular fight has stipulations, because he could go make this money he's making now with his next fight anyway. I really think this is actually a real fight.
Okay, Dayton. Stipulations or no stipulations?
So, see, to me, I think with stipulations, you're just saying like, I don't know. It's so hard to say. I really don't think. I've seen videos of Jake Paul like being so friendly with Anthony Joshua leading up to this fight. I saw the videos of like the two different having their open warm-ups. They were two different styles. Jake's almost over here looking like he's not really prepared for a fight. Joshua's coming in like it's the same old, same old. It's so hard to tell.
Well, look, Mike, like someone's commenting right now, Tai Chi 5387. I say there's 75% chance there is. Do you think a guy like Joshua would risk his future career in boxing? Right? He's still he's not fucking 50 years old. He's still
No, but I'm not
heavyweight.
saying fixed. I'm not saying fixed. I'm saying
I'm saying even if he's putting stipulations in this fight, there's a chance that he could.
Bro, do you know how much money he's only taking his fight for one reason? This is the biggest payday he's ever seen. It's the only, there's no other reason. Like, there's no other reason why he's taking this fight.
I get it, Mike, but he's made 30, 40, 50 million in other fights.
And he's going to make 100 million now.
And but he could go fight next year and do 2 fights and make 50 each too. It's not like this is like 100 times more than he ever made. You know what I'm saying?
All
like
right.
he's made huge money.
This is what I'm afraid of. This is the only thing I'm afraid of. I'm just going to lay it out like this. If this is a real fight, if this is just you sign the contract, I don't think people understand the art of boxing, how serious it is. You saw a little sliver of that when Ngannou fought Anthony Joshua. You saw a little sliver of how different the striking, the movement, the bait setting is. He made him look like a goofy fucking bar crawler. My fear is this. My fear is a stipulation like you saw in the Mayweather and Conor fight. I said this from the very beginning. Very beginning that there are stipulations in boxing where they don't tell you to lose, but you get paid to carry. You get paid to carry into a certain round. Mayweather could have knocked out Conor McGregor in the very first round of that fight. He could have knocked him out in the very first round of that fight. He hasn't had a knockout since 2006. Before that fight with Conor, he could have knocked him out at any point of time in that fight, but for the fans and for the integrity, he carried him. And then when he carried him to hold on, let me finish. Hold on. Then you're telling me Mayweather didn't carry him in that fight?
He did, but he didn't do it because there was a stipulation in the contract to say let it carry on. It was more like, dude, like a lot of money. It's just a big show. Let it go on for a little bit.
That's a stipulation. But that's a stipulation.
No. A stipulation is something in the contract that says you can't uppercut him, don't knock him out to the 6th round. That's a stipulation. It's another thing to
Okay, but if me and you agree on it and it happens, we put a stipulation on each other. Look, don't knock me out. I mean, don't try to knock him out until the 6th round. Then go all out. If you feel like you can do it. But let's let the fans get a little enjoyment. Now, here's the difference, though. This is the difference here. The difference here is there's a lot at stake for boxing, and this is why I don't like Joshua in this spot. He's the one guy, when he called him out, I said, I don't like him in this fucking spot because boxing kind of rests on his shoulders in this fight. And he's in a no-win situation. He's in a no-win situation here. If he doesn't knock him out in the 1st round or doesn't knock him out in the 2nd round, it is a complete and utter failure. Even if he wins, even if he knocks him out in the 3rd, if he does not knock him out in the first 2 rounds, it is a complete and utter failure. Do you guys agree with that?
I don't think he has to knock him out in the first 2 rounds, but I think if he doesn't win in dominant fashion, I think it's a bad look.
Dayton, do you agree with that or no?
I agree with that. I also think now that you kind of put that little spin on it and said that the stipulations can be anything, and like even if it's just them going backstage and being like, "Hey, man, like don't fucking knock me out till like later rounds." I think it's 100% possible, and I think there's definitely some stipulations on this fight.
Because look, you got to look at it this way. Jake Paul, I'm done calling him a YouTuber. We discussed this. He's not a YouTuber anymore. The kid has put 5 to 6 years in. He's training hard. I give the kid a lot of credit. I do. I give him a lot of credit. Not anybody can just do what he did. Now, mind you, he had the stage of YouTube to help him out, but you got to give the kid credit. He's standing in against a legit fighter now who's bigger than him. The problem with this fight is Jake Paul's marketing team sees something. He fucking sees something. They see something like they see something in every fucking fighter that they fight, the way they handpick them. And the one thing that they do see, and I'm not saying it's going to work, but this is why they picked him. They got nothing to lose. He's got nothing to lose. If he loses this fight, I lost to the bigger guy, Olympic champion, one of the better guys in the heavyweight division, even though Anthony Joshua, I don't give a fuck what anyone says, back in the day, he wouldn't even be an average heavyweight. He would be a Frank Bruno. That's what he would fucking be. He'd be an overzealous fucking Frank Bruno. He's not a good heavyweight. He's a good for modern times, but if you throw him back in the day, he has a fucking losing record against these guys. But for today, he's a modern heavyweight, but they're going to advertise him as this big, animal. He's got no footwork. He's got no chin. Okay. He was dropped 4 times against Andy Ruiz. He was dropped 5 times in his last fight. He's been dropped 12 times in his career. His glove has hit the canvas 12 times in his career. And the reason is because once you get in on side on him and once you hurt him, he fucking foils. He does. He fucking foils. So what Jake Paul's team is saying, who's beating him? They're like, well, Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz was a much smaller guy. 6'1" for Andy Ruiz, 6'1" for Jake Paul. Jake Paul's got a 2-inch reach on Andy Ruiz. They're taking the blueprint from that, and they think, well, yeah, we're going to be able to go in. We're going to be able to duplicate what Andy Ruiz did. The smaller guy getting in on the underside, coming underneath, landing big shots. It's only going to take one shot to foil him. And then once he foiled, he's going to be embarrassed. The mental game's going to start creeping in, and that's what's going to happen. I personally don't think that's going to happen. But if this is a real fight, that's what they're looking at. That's what they kind of carbon copied this with his chances of winning the fight. But, bro, he's playing with house money. He's got nothing to fucking lose. So if this is a real fight, he's going to come in swinging. And if he comes in fucking swinging and enters the fray, because you can only fight him 2 ways. You either got to be all the way in or all the way out. He's too small. If he goes in with the Andy Ruiz game plan and comes underneath and starts slinging big shots, you're either going to do one or 2 things. You're going to get caught or you're going to catch. And if he does that game, and this is a real fight and he's not pulling his punches, he could get fucking hurt in there, dude. Like he could legitimately get hurt in there. And I don't know if, I don't know if he's going to be pulling back his punches. I really, really don't know. I think it would be murder if this guy went in there 100% and said, I don't give a fuck what happens to this kid, if he gets hurt or not. I'm going in, I'm knocking this fucking kid out. if he goes in there like that, it should be a first round knockout. Like it should be an easy first round knockout. Anything over the second round, I will be convinced that either Anthony Joshua is a fucking complete bum or he was pulling his punches.
All right. Here's what I think. I think Joshua has big power. He might have gotten knocked out 9 times in the last 2 fights. He's got real fucking power.
He also drops his left hand.
Jake Paul, when you compare him to Andy Ruiz, is an aggressive, fearless fighter where he takes those chances and gets inside and throws the haymaker. He's not afraid of that.
That's what we got to fight him.
Jake Paul doesn't fight that way. Jake Paul is more of a cautious fighter. When you watch him fight, he doesn't put his chin in dangerous harm like that. He's a little cautious. I can't see him being aggressive like that to even get too many opportunities to even get off a good shot like that. I just don't. I think that it's a win-win for Jake Paul. Jake Paul loses. Hey, I tried my best. I fought a former heavyweight champ, Olympic, like you said, Olympic gold medalist, right? And if he wins, forget about it. Then he won't stop talking. He's a real boxer now. He proved the whole world that he's a real boxer. And I agree. I give him the credit. He put in the 6 years. He got the best trainers in the world and paid millions of dollars to. He did 15 years worth of training in 5 years because of the level of people that he brought into these camps and the money he spent on these people, right? So for him, it's a win-win. For Joshua, if he loses, bad fucking horrible look and might damage his future fights. You know, he's still, when they talk about heavyweights right now and talk about the next fights and the championships, Joshua's name is always constantly being mentioned in there.
Because there's nobody. There's nobody.
Yeah, but I'm saying he's still in the mix. So,
but you got to understand too, there's a business liquidation going on with these two. This doesn't end here. This is the beginning of their business partnership. They've discussed this. I watched the face-to-face. I watched it. They keep talking about business ventures together when this is all over with, dude. This is the beginning of a business venture for them.
I think Joshua, I can't see it. I cannot see it.
I can't either.
I can't see it unless there's some real fixing going on or some stipulations we don't know about, which I don't think there are, but who the fuck am I? There's just no way I could think that. Look, the only real fighter this guy fought ever was Tommy Fury, who's not even really
he's not even a real fighter, dude.
But he's actually got a pro card and he fucking lost. And he lost.
Right. I agree. Listen, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying in a real fight he has a chance.
You're when you talk about Joshua, and I get it, and comparing him to the old school heavyweights and the Riddick Bows and the guys we grew up watching.
You know what Riddick Bowe would have done to him, dude?
Yeah, what everybody would have done to him, right? But forget about that. Compare Anthony Joshua to Tommy Fury.
Oh, of course.
Okay,
of course.
Look at that. Look at that. You know, this is just levels. But no matter how bad Joshua is for heavyweight, this is levels and levels above anything that Jake Paul's nearly went against, power wise, even skill wise.
Yeah, but you're saying this, and I agree. But I'm saying you're 100% right. If there's no stipulations involved, if this is a real 100% balls to the wall, 100%, you go 100, you go 100. You're 100% right. But my fear is that there might be a little carryover. There might be a little instead of coming over with that overhand right, he's going to slip him with a jab. And I could have caught you, but I didn't. That's what I'm afraid of a little bit. A little bit. That he's not going to give max effort for whatever reason. Whether there's money involved, whether it's because, who knows. But if this is a real fucking fight, you're going to see how quickly you're going to respect boxing. But my fear is that when there's this much money involved, it could go 3 rounds. It could go 4 rounds. And all of a sudden people are like, oh, fucking boxing. Fucking look at this fucking kid. He came in, he fucking boxing. And it shits on the sport of boxing. That's my fear. My fear is you're not that's why Gervonta Davis, I'm glad he didn't fight Gervonta because Gervonta's the type of kid that would take any stipulation. That kid's got
sure.
Yeah, any stipulation. But Before
Look,
Dayton, before you
Tai
jump,
Chi even said DraftKings is even boosting Joshua KO round 1 and round 2.
yeah, I mean that's exactly, but that's exactly they're boosting it. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody's going to be on that. So
God damn it! Why can't we just have a fair fight?
this is what because this is the circus that we're involved in. But this is what I'll say. But then Dayton, then you
Where
jump
did we?
in.
Mike? How did we get here?
We got
How
here
did
from
we
this
get
kid,
here in these last 6 years? How the fuck did we get here?
social media.
Woodley, Silva, all these celebrity boxers, MMA. What happened?
Saturday
What the
night.
fuck happened?
We're not even talking about Saturday. Saturday, we got Andrew Tate fighting. We'll be breaking that down on the MadLabMMA.com. We'll have every fight broken down over
amazing.
there. It's amazing. But listen, this is what the casuals want to see. Like purists like us, we laugh at this. We're breaking it down because.
But I still
this is what
watch
we
like a
do.
jerk off.
Of course, I'm going to watch. Of course, I'm going to watch it. But this is just the world that we live in now. But you're going to see all these people, these MMA analysts, these basketball heads, baseball, hockey heads. This one, they're all going to come in now, and this is when they get their clicks. They act like they're professional fucking analysts in boxing, and basically all they do is read articles and they probably never saw a round of any of these guys fight. So the only thing I'll say is this, and then Dayton, then you jump in. What the fuck? I just slipped my mind.
Tony Ferguson's fighting also.
Bro, this is nuts, dude. This
is he Tai Chi? Ferguson's fighting on the Jake Paul undercard or Saturday?
No, I think he's fighting Saturday.
Oh my God,
I think it's
I can't take
so
it.
when you go, he's on the Misfits card. So when you look at Jake Paul, this is the one thing I'll say about Jake Paul is that this is a fight, bro, where this can also be this. This can also be this. He started this game fighting Woodley, this one, that one, the other one, Tyson Fury's brother. Now he's fighting because at a certain point in time, like the road ends. People are getting sick of watching you fight these 40-year-olds and these washed up MMA guys. Fight a boxer, fight a boxer, fight a boxer. So what is he doing? He's going to go and he's going to fight Anthony Joshua and say, you know what? This is probably the end of the road.
Yeah, that's what I think. If he loses,
probably the end of the road. Like how long can I keep this fucking shtick on? You know what I mean? So let me fight Anthony Joshua or Gervonta Davis or a high pedigree guy. Let me just get in there, let my fucking gloves fly. I get knocked out. It's over. I concentrate on other things. I made my money. Maybe I'll come back and I'll do some fun fights here and there, but the run is over. Because at the end of the day, like this guy gets in with legitimate fucking fighters, dude. He'll get killed, dude. He'll get killed. He's not good. I respect him because he's doing what he's doing, but the kid can't box for nothing, bro. Zero.
Jake Paul.
Nothing. 0-0's nothing. He can't box for nothing.
You're talking like you're giving him a good chance against Joshua.
I'm not giving him a good chance. I said in a real fight, Joshua should fucking murder this kid. Murder. It shouldn't even be sanctioned. If this is a real fight, it shouldn't be sanctioned. You're
convinced that there's some stipulations. That's what it is.
I'm convinced that because of the sanction, because of the money involved, I'm afraid that he's going to carry him a little bit, and it's going to make boxing look bad. Because people think Joshua's a great fighter. He sucks, dude. Joshua's not a great heavyweight. I don't even rank him in the top 50 heavyweights of all time. I don't even rank him in the top 50, dude. But
he's still a real boxer. And he's still a real heavyweight. He's still got big power.
Agreed. But I'm saying
he's got big power. You got to say he's got real power.
Real power. But if this is a real fight, he should kill him, dude, within 2 rounds. And if he doesn't, it's a black eye for boxing. That's what I'm afraid of.
I mean, he crushed Ngannou.
Ngannou was a flat-footed freak, dude.
But how did Ngannou last with those and knock down Tyson Fury and go all the way with him?
Tyson Fury didn't train 1 day for that fight. He came in 50 pounds overweight.
Even not training 1 day for that fight, he should have mopped him up, bro. Just your natural boxing skills for the last 30 years. Are you fucking kidding me?
Which makes you which makes you wonder about stipulations.
Oh, God damn it.
Dayton, tell me what you think, brother.
All right. So actually, before we get to the Paul Joshua fight, you brought something up that kind of triggered my attention there. Andrew Tate is fighting
Saturday, yeah.
What like is Misfits putting that on?
Yeah, he actually acquired a big stake in Misfits, so he's part owner now.
No way.
He
He's
can
got a fucked
actually
up-
fight. He
But
can
he's got a-
actually
Yeah,
fight.
but he
he's
can't
got a
box.
fucked up
though.
eye.
He's
He's
not a
got,
good
like-
boxer.
No, he was like a fucking kickboxer though. Back in the day,
Yeah.
he was like pretty good.
Yeah, he's a
A
good
good
kickboxer.
kickboxer.
Yeah.
Get- What a fucking road. That guy was in jail for like 2 years, like a couple years ago. Now he's going. Yeah, what a guy. Anyways,
Yeah.
to this fight, Paul Joshua. Stipulations. I 100% think Jake Paul is winning that fight. But like Mike said,
Wow.
if not,
Hey, you think he's gonna win?
if there's stipulations, maybe. I mean, fuck,
No,
maybe,
no,
maybe-
I don't think, bro. I don't think. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna say this: if Anthony Joshua loses this fight, it's not fixed. He just sucks that fucking bad, bro. Because there's
Yeah, I
no
agree
way
with
that
that.
there would no way that he would put boxing on the line and his reputation on the line for this, dude. He'd say, "Listen, I'll fight you. I'll carry you a little bit, but I ain't fucking losing to you, dude. Like I cannot lose to you. I'll never be able to leave my
He's in
fucking
the middle
house."
of his career. He's in the middle of his career right now.
Oh no, well he's
But you
37.
don't think if the money was good enough? Like Jake Paul can
He's
give
got-
him
bro,
anything he wants.
Nah, bro. I listen. If he did that, he'd be a fucking loser, cocksucking piece of shit, dude.
You're right.
All right, so go ahead, Dating. Continue. I'm sorry.
No, that's really all I had. But I just if like you said, if they went 100%, Joshua should absolutely fuck him up. But like,
Why is he
there's 50
taking this
there's
fight? Like, guys, think
50
about it.
plus
Why is he
pounds
taking
of
this
like
fight?
weight difference, and the power he has is nothing. Like Jake Paul doesn't have anything compared to a natural heavyweight. I don't know. It's
Why is he
gonna be
taking
tough.
the fight?
It's
Well,
money.
look,
That's it.
If it's a real fight and there's no
It's
stipulations,
money.
yeah, I'll take the 100 million, mop this kid up, and move on. If it's real,
Right. But what happens if it's 100 million and then all of a sudden they add 20 million on the top to carry him 3 rounds?
everyone has a price.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Everybody could be bought.
Yeah, bro. I'm definitely afraid that this piece of shit is gonna make boxing look bad. You know what I mean? And then he's gonna be like, "Oh, well, what happened? Did you have trouble getting him out of there?" Like he'll end up knocking him out at some point. And I'm like, "Well, he moves really well, and credit to Jake." Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like if this is
He's
a
actually
real,
he's a little better than I thought.
yeah, exactly. If this is a real fight, you're flatlining this fucking kid before the second round bell, dude. If this is a real fight,
What's your real prediction? Round and finish.
I'm gonna say he knocks him out in the 3rd round. I'm gonna say
I'm gonna
3rd
say
round
he-
knockout.
I'm gonna say he knocks him out in the second.
All right, you're gonna say 2nd round knockout. Daden,
I am.
go ahead,
I-
Daden. Give me your.
I feel in my heart of hearts that it's actually a real fight. He's just gonna knock him out and
I want him to
Paul-
knock him out in the 1st round. I want a 1st round
Paul-
fucking knockout.
And for Paul, you know what? I'm just gonna see if I can actually do this. And if I lose, I'm done. Don't matter. Like I feel like this is a real fight. I really do.
And Daden, what do you think?
I want him to walk in there, and I want Jake Paul to get his head put through the canvas.
what do you think's gonna happen?
I mean, probably round 2. I think they're gonna go in there, feel him out. Joshua's gonna go in and say, you know what, I won't fuck this kid up right away, but if he lets it go on for too long, then people are gonna, like you said, if he gets past round 2, people are gonna start thinking something's up. So round 2
Bro,
knockout.
you know
maybe.
he's gonna run. You know he's gonna run. He's
Oh,
gonna
so
run
bad.
and run and run and run. He is not going to fucking. He's not going to enter the fray like in the 1st round, bro. Like he is going to try to tire him out a little bit, run around the ring. He's going to like touch him and move and touch him. That's what he's going to do. That's what he's going to do. And you're going to see fucking lumbering fucking Joshua walking forward, trying to find them, landing a big shot. The crowd goes, ooh, goes to the 2nd round. Same thing, running around. I'm telling you, bro, it's going to be such a fucking boring fight, dude. And then, eventually he'll get knocked out. But I mean, he better fucking do it before the fucking 4th round. Because if he doesn't do it before the 4th round, bro, it's a fucking travesty for boxing.
Are you putting an official wager on him, Mike?
I'm gonna have him on the site. Yeah, I'm gonna. But they're gonna be probably. You can't touch them. How you gonna touch these? I'm not touching Joshua. I'm not touching Jake Paul. at these prices.
Yeah, but
there
like
are
even Taichi just said like a Joshua over 2.5.
no, there are
He's
props.
saying, like,
There are props.
props,
They're going to be
props. Yeah.
But I will tell you guys this. I will tell you this. Stay away from Main Street. You got to stay away from fucking Main Street. Like if you look at all these hoopla fights, stay away from Main Street. These guys are going to come out telling you first round. Oh, maybe it does, but stay away from Main Street. Get a little bit different. You know, don't be afraid to take an over 2.5, or don't be afraid to, you know, take your shots on some props that aren't really popular. Because if 70% of bets are coming in Joshua first round knockout, come on. I mean, Vegas doesn't lose. Like they don't take haircuts. That's like a major haircut because people are gonna be tying it to parlays and stuff like that. So can it happen? Should it happen? 1000%. He should knock him out in round number 1. But when it comes to wagering these propaganda fights, these circus fights, stay away from Main Street. Make your own little narrative. You know what I mean? That's my philosophy on it. And if you guys want like the full breakdowns of all the fights, Fight Brain, my audio breakdowns, wagers, and all that other stuff, go to madlabmma.com. We'll have everything. We're like the only DFS site out there that covers boxing at a high level, so consistently. So there's a lot of good fights coming up. We got Inoue coming up. I'm also going to be breaking down the Andrew Tate fight. Great December of boxing. So come check us out and get all our stuff over there. I appreciate Pat too for allowing us to break this fight down on his network. Appreciate Dayton for giving us the time. Bush, you got anything else to say?
That's it, man. Good chopping it up with you, Dayton. And yeah, looking forward to Friday. We have our Christmas party right here in my office, and then we have a huge screen. It's like 4 65-inch TVs all put together in one. I don't know how what's that, 130 inches? So we're gonna be all watching the fight here. So we're gonna have a good time.
Yeah. So all right. So official prediction. Last. Here we go. Dayton, come up on the screen. All right, you go first, Dayton. Official prediction on the fight.
Round 2, Joshua knocks him out.
Bush.
Ditto. Round two, Joshua knockout. Same thing.
I'm gonna say round 3 knockout. I'm gonna go one further. I'm gonna say it's a stoppage. It's a round 3 stoppage. He's not gonna knock him out cold. I think it's gonna be a stoppage. Yeah, round 3.
We're all three of us are predicting Joshua by knockout, round 2 or round 3. Now watch it go to the cards and Jake Paul win the fight.
Now, bro. Listen, if it goes to the cards, we're coming back and doing a show.
Yeah, we will.
All right.
All right, guys. Thanks.
All right, guys. Have fun. Bet responsibly. And I will see you guys soon.